Okay, we go to this chapter. This chapter very important part. I tell you already. This one. So we go to chapter 9. Okay, so describe characteristic of distributed database elements. Explain strategy and options for distributed database design. Discuss data typification and partitioning. So typification means this one same lah. Typification, partitioning same as fragmentation lah. So discuss query processing and describe distributed concurrency control. Okay, so this is all thing in this chapter stuff. Okay, chapter 9, last chapters. Okay, so this is a distributed database. So how do you remember? You learn view, right? You learn view, right? So partitioning, all this can use view to do it. Okay, use a view to based on branch. Okay. So a logical interactive collection of shared data and a description of this data physically distributed over a computer network like this. Okay, within network you got 4 sites. Okay, this is how we're going to duplicate. Okay. Like Thai College, we have how many sites? 6 lah. 6 branch ma. Okay, 6 sites. So every site, branch table duplicate. Staff table, partitioning based on branch number. Student also same, partitioner by branch number. Yeah, remember? How about course table? Program table? Yes, duplicate. Must duplicate. Because you need to know all the courses offered by all the branches. You need to know, then you can suggest, oh you don't want to go to Johor, then you come to KL. Only certain course only KL and Johor got them. Certain course only in Perak. I think cooking one, cooking course. Okay, so certain thing lah. So that's why I need to because we also know update very frequent. One more thing you must remember is if the table not frequently update. We can duplicate. For example, branch table, where got you simply add one? No ma. How many years only 6 branches only? 55 years only 6 branches. So there are not many, not update frequently. One duplicate. Program also. Every day got one new course. No ma. Go ahead ma. Maybe few years or one more in or whatever. So can duplicate. Seldom update one. We can duplicate. Yeah, remember. Okay, this is a centralized database. Okay, so centralized database is a database that is located, stored, and maintained in a single location. Okay, like this lah. So these tables in the same center. See, okay. So distributed. Okay, then makes a distributed. I can see all sound see only. Depend on the this is a select element from view. Okay, so this is a distributed. Okay, not centralized. So centralized why? If centralized, everyone must go to the center to get the data. It's not cost effective. Okay, and the time you need whatever the requirement from the other branch to KL to us. It's not good. But if the data is really in your site, sure you can get more faster. Okay, so that's why distributed is more useful. Of course, after you use a distributed database, you need to do more on this technology. For example, trigger. You know trigger, right? Anyone know that trigger? Okay, trigger is doing that part. When an update in the branch, and this update also need in the headquarter, I use trigger to do. I update in the branch and same time update to the headquarter using trigger, automatic do one. Okay, so remember those things using trigger to them. So this is an advantage of the distributed database management system. Okay, increase reliability, availability, because why? Data in your site can get very faster. Okay, you have local control over the data. Okay, you can do modular growth. How? You establish new branch, set out another server lah, and the branch. So easy, modular. So every branch can open things. Doesn't matter. Just set the server on that side. Okay. Lowers communication costs. The reason you don't need travel your requirement from the branches to headquarters, a long journey. Only on the spot in your home branch can get the lead. So lower communication costs. And so same thing. Because database near to your site is fast response. Okay. Why they put for certain query? If your query only involve your branch, faster. but your query need to have some data from headquarter one, then be slower. Okay, depend So this is thing So this is advantage. Disadvantage is this. Software cost and capacity law. I told you already. Technology in you learn Okay. Processing overhead and possibility. Okay, maybe the data integrity exposed. Okay, may have problem on this. Slow response for certain query. This is a disadvantage So the advantage. That question like this will come up in the theory. Does it sound? List out two advantage, two disadvantage, something like that. Okay. So theory question but mark not many Okay. This question only can be happen in the closed book text, closed books. Open book one they won't give you one. Okay. Not possible. Okay. So there's two type of distributed database management system. Homogeneous, same type of the database. Heterogeneous means the database different one. Johor branch use MySQL, KL branch use Oracle, then Sabah branch use Microsoft Access. Like that, get it. But normally company won't do like that. They buy one, fix all the branch. Or you want to do this system, right? Must use Oracle. Let's say. Okay, remember? So this is the things okay, same type on different types. Okay, homogeneous, same DMS products, easy law. Okay, so you use like that, more easy to design and manage. Everyone connect to one. Okay, okay. The reason behind is different software they got different proprietary syntax. Like Oracle got mine betweens, other don't have one. Mine between only can run in Oracle. Extract. Okay, got others got that. No. So there are a lot of proprietary syntax that can use only in the ROC. Okay, that's why use all same one is better. Okay, remember? So this is homogeneous. Heterogeneous, different DBMS product as I mentioned. Okay, this one very difficult to manage. Okay, but that's why you need to have a solution with using a gateway. Okay, but this is not good. If you want to manage your company, make sure all the branches use the same type of database. I don't care what language you write, as long as you connect to the same database. Okay? Different database. Okay, so this is talking about the distributed data storage, fragmentation, partitioning, replication, or duplication, same. Okay, allocations. Okay, each fragment is stored inside at the optimum distribution. Okay, so this is the view methods. Okay, so horizontal, vertical, I'll tell you already. Horizontal, vertical, fragmentations. Okay, or combine all above. Can be combined. Just I'll tell you already. The symbol can be combined. Okay, so it can be like this. Okay, can be combination, mixed fragmentation. That's what I'll tell you already. Okay, plus together we call it mixed fragmentation. Okay, certain horizontal, certain vertical combination. Okay, this is a sample. Okay, so the first one, project one, horizontal fragmentation. So you can see they're based on the budget. Okay, the budget below 200,000 one here, more than 200,000 here. So back to here. Okay, this one is partitioning based on the budget. Okay, so they have like this, horizontal. Then vertical sample like this. Some pick two columns, P&O budget number, budget. Another one is P&O project name and location. So each one pick the columns. So that's why I just now mentioned it can be combination. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, so fragmentation, partitioning, what is advantage? Okay, and disadvantage are so efficiency, better performance, security is more accurate. Okay, because why? The data you want near to your site, so easy security higher because you have full control. Okay, full control. The disadvantage is inconsistent access speed. Okay, so this thing and no backup vulnerability. Okay, no duplication. Okay, no data duplication. So this is the advantage of the fragmentation methods. Okay. So the data application or duplication, they got two types. One is a push, one is a pull. Okay, so this one. Push replication means updating site, send change to other site. using trigger. That's I mentioned. You update, you want to inform other branch. Okay, but for our college, only inform one branch only. You and headquarter. Because other branch manage their own thing, man. Okay, they're more simple. Okay, then this one, pull replication, receive site control when update message will be processed. Okay, synchronize in less disruption and occur only when needed by each side. Okay, so this is got two lah. One is more aggressive, one is need to passive. Okay, just like that. Just two different methods. Okay, so there's this distributed database technology have to synchronize and asynchronize. Synchronize means at the same time. Asynchronize means different times. Okay, but they both also got crawl and crawl, so there are different features. Okay, so see if you want to synchronize and make it at the same time, all copy same data are always identical. All must be same. Okay, data update immediately apply to all copy throughout the networks. Okay, good for data integrity, high overhead, slow response times. You want to make it update at the same time, then that is all. But you can update in different timing. Different time is not mean like drag for long, maybe 1 or 2 hour, few minutes ago, not at the same time, maybe 5 minutes later, like that, as synchronized, different times. Okay, so some data inconsistent is tolerance. Because why? Your branches already changed already, but headquarters not yet changed. Okay, they need to have the gap, time gap. Okay, so data update propagation is delayed. Delay a bit now the update. They lower data integrity but less overhead, faster response. So we need to think for use it. Carefully lah. Which one you want to pick? Alright. So you want to synchronize, do at the same time, or do at different time also okay. But do at different time, you might accept these things. Okay. Okay. So type of push replication. Okay, got two lah. Snapshot and real-time replication. Okay. Okay. So they have two lah. So this one, snapshot replication, generally used with the data changes are in sequence. For example, what? Our entire college our data backup every semester. Okay, the data it's not every day one no. When semester then they within the system. Okay, so the one can use snapshot lah. Okay, but your system cannot wait one, must be all updated one. Then you must use the next one, near real-time replication. Need that in environment with the need real-time requirements. For example, share market cannot wait right, man. Share market data cannot wait right. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so see now all done by trigger. So you learn trigger, but of course nobody use trigger to write this thing. Because I will cover that time. That means your branches also we have our system only create on single location only. We don't have the other branch. So that's why all this not used, didn't use it. But in practically we can use trigger to write. You update in the branch at the same time this data also update to the headquarters. Okay, so you're using a trigger. Okay, so this one same one. So issue of the data duplication may we duplicate. So they got data timeliness. Okay, it's possible got some outdate. Okay, network communication capacity. But now this one should be no problem already. Okay, we use a wide unify should be quite fast already. Now I saw a lot of company use very high speed. Okay, so performance implications. Okay, refreshing may cause performance problem. So network heterogeneity, okay, whether this network is the same or not. Okay, this case they have different OS. So DBMS capability. Okay, so see your software can be support the features of this thing. So we want to change the time. So this is the advantage for data application reliability because the data near to your site, then you can get very fast. Okay, so reduce the network traffic because the data is on your side and you don't need driver. Okay, so may avoid complicated distribution transaction in the BP. Okay, decouple nodes. I mean, each one can manage your own. Okay, so this thing. So the advantage of data duplication, additional requirement for storage space because you duplicate data, another set. So more storage need to use. Additional time for the update operation. This until you need update in the branch, you also need to update to headquarters. Okay, both also need to do. Okay, complexity and cost of updating higher. Okay, so integrity exposed. Then we have the slightly tolerance of the not synchronized possibility. Okay, because the data is not updated at the same time. Okay. So this is a 4 alternative strategies regarding the placement of data: centralized, okay, partitioning or fragmentation, complete duplication or selective duplications. Okay. You know what is mean by selective duplication? Like what we did just now, all is a selective. Each table, because in the database got few tables. This one duplicate, this one partitioning like this. It's not fully duplicate. Okay, so this thing. Then alternative strategy to achieve locality reference, whether the data is on the site or not. Improve reliability and availability means all the data, your data can access, can get that all the time. Okay. Then improve your performance faster, balance storage capacity and cost, minimize communication costs. And this is all advantage of all the these methods. Okay. So this is data allocation. Just I mentioned it: centralized, partitioning, complete duplicate, and selective duplicate. Okay, so you can see here combination of partition and duplication. That's how we do combination. Okay, selective. Okay, the complete duplication means full set, same another branch. Okay, but we seldom do that. Okay, seldom do. Okay, so just remember these things and the partition. Very seldom company using the centralized system. Okay. Anyone can give me any example? Any organization need to centralize the system? Anyone can think of an example? Wow, money. Money, so many E. What system need centralized? Military system. You know, fighting. You see why? This very advanced country want to fight with a small country until now still cannot success. You can see what happened. All this stuff. Okay, all the things you see not they have a lot of technology. They use a later technology. I think US help those. They send the weapons here and there. They help. This small country can defend by them by their own for a long time. Now I think he on better. Okay, so all these things the military must be centralized on. You cannot distribute them. So you know what they do after the normally war if they lose earlier, what happen they do or not? You know what they're going to do? They'll destroy all the hard disks. PC they burn down, it doesn't matter. They just take out all the hard disks because military data is very confidential. For example, how to design your submarine. Okay, Malaysia got one time cannot go down correct? Submarine system, something like that. All this is very costly one. Okay, so those systems need to centralize, cannot distribute them. Okay, so this is another table to show you Okay, for these 5 features, compare this with all the system: centralized, fragmentation, complete duplication, selective duplication. So high, low, and so on. Okay, this is summary tables. You can read through yourself. Okay. Hope that you know. Centralized means only one headquarter, only the rest don't have data. Fragmentation, partitioning, everyone have their own branch data. Complete duplicate, same database duplicate in 2-3 locations. Selective duplication, like what I teach you just now. Which table need to duplicate, which table need to partition it, mix together. Okay, and these are 4 methods. Okay, cost of transferring data. Okay, so you can see here. Remember this this formula? What way we learn? Chapter 4. Okay, Okay, chapter 4. Okay, this is a revision. The one student write select statement for me in the midterm test. I asked them to write relational algebra. He write a select statement for me. 这样这个学生有上课吗？就知道了咯。你知道，我知道咯。真的写 select statement， 而且是对的。他 select statement 是对。no choice 这些学生不要来上课就不懂是什么东西咯。看到那个 theory 写咯 select statement。我想烧掉了那一份。continue. Okay, continue. So go this. You can see the formula. So same like what we did last time. So how many by? Okay, so on. So you can see that here. Example, you see. Employee table 10,000 row. Row size 100 by. Then you see what's the size. Okay. That's why when you want to distribute, then you need to consider this size. Okay. So this see so the result here. The result of this query we have 10,000 tuple may record because suppose each result tuple is a 40 byte long, so the query is submitted at the 3 sides. The result is sent to the okay. So problem employee and department relation are not present at site 3. So this is a solution. How to redo the distribution. Okay, so here is a formula lah. Okay, they show you lah. Okay, strategy. Transfer employee and department head to site 3. Okay, how many bytes? This one is chapter 4. We come up with formula searching how many times. But this one is based on size. Okay, all this one need to do for this we call it automation. Optimize. Okay, size count. Okay, like this transfer employee to site 2. Execute join assign 2 and send the result to site 3. Like this. So you see a size. Third one is more better lah. Size smaller. Okay. So automation criteria minimize data transfer. Okay. So automation topic is very important. And when you're working outside. For me, I'll teach you, better to have the data duplication. But in real life, it's not like that. Real life, they have a so-called acceptable tolerance duplications. For example, insurance company. So what data is very used, very frequent and very high demand one? The sales data, am I right? So they allocate all the resources to sales department. Other branch want to update take some time. This is how they do. Because everyone got pro and con, so we must compromise with the condition you need. Okay. So for example, as I told you, in real life what they do is they will break the table to one table old and new one. The latest customer they will put at the latest list. The old customer they will transfer to another file. They will do like this because like Lauta College, those students they graduate or withdraw and whatever, they'll transfer to other tables. The current student table only the current student only. Because you want to access data, you can get faster. But if you need the data for those already graduate and so on, then you go to another tables. This is in the real life. Okay, so that's why you go out to good company, you ask the company, is it the time efficient is very important? Yes, to break tables. From third normal form, join back second normal form. That's why I will tell you the address, don't break to another new table. Okay, you join back. Denormalization from third, join back to second. That's why I introduce you what is why my order table got total amount one. Why got my this order detail table got subtotal one? The reason why is want to reduce the join. You understand what I mean? You no need to join this table to get times. On the spot you can get the subtotal already. You no need to do calculation, so we can get more faster. That's why I teach you all this. This is all so-called automation. Okay, I hope that you know why I need to add the subtotal in the order detail table and total amount in the total order tables. Why you need to add? using trigger to do it. Why? Because of that. You don't need to refer other table. The table you can get it. Okay, more faster. That's the reason there. Okay, so they got semi join or join half lah. So you can group to yourself. Semi join, join half. This how full join now is a join certain column. Okay. The keywords semi join. The keyword is using. USING. So you can see certain code they got using at the front one. It's not the inner join what join join on operator. It's not. They got one special keyword there. Using each column. That one is talking about dummy join. Okay. I hope that you can see you can put the keyword Oracle using keywords. USING. Okay, go search it's talking about semi join. So transparent in the DBMS, okay, distributed data management systems. Transparent means regardless, don't need to care about it. Just make it like no effect to all at all. Okay, so you see, but provide various level of transparency. This first is distribution transparency. Okay, I don't care data where they put you and show only in one piece. Okay, you know how they transfer, don't need to bother. Okay? You only to know how they do a fermentation, you don't need to know. You don't know where is the location. You do not know there's a duplicate or the partitioning. Okay? This means this one all you don't need to care lah. You don't need to bother. Even you know happening, but you don't need to bother. Okay, as long you can get generate result, I don't care the database where store and where, I don't care. As long I can access. Okay, this is called location transparency. Means I don't care data where they store, as long I can get. Okay, this is the meaning called transparency. Okay, there are other performance and others. Okay, so distributed transparency allows user to perceive database as a single and logical entity. Okay, actually in actual is partitioning, but you look it as a single unit. This is a story about it here. Okay, so this thing. Okay, so this transaction transparency ensure that all distributed transactions maintain distributed database integrity and consistency. So you don't need to bother transaction and back. Okay, something like that. And also they go concurrency, transparency, failure transparency, and so on. So means just assume ignore all them. Okay, that's the meaning of that. Perform the must perform as is where a centralized DBMS. Okay, distributed like centralized. Okay, so DBMS, I don't care what the software you use, you must still get access. Okay, so this all just ignore the meaning can be ignored. Okay, even though they're happening, but you can ignore all of this. Okay, distributed transactions access data stored at more than one location. So divide in the number of the sub-transactions, one for each side and has to be accessed, represented by the agent. So something like this. So they go to find by cell in network which side for the data to the transaction. Okay. So this is like this. Each side has a local transaction manager. Okay, like this. Yeah. It's a picture only just lah. Okay, this one is this side have a transaction coordinator. Okay, they will go to do where to access the data and so on. Data can access from this side and so on. So this side. Okay. So then after that go concurrency control. Okay, so you only learn the previous chapters, right? So two-phase locking you just ignore lah. Okay, two-phase locking you just ignore. I won't cover in the final. I cover locking and versioning. Okay. Two-phase locking means actually means they can read lock and write lock together. But this one I know cover in the final two-phase locking. Okay. So it's a centralized locking, one center, all the transactions. Okay. Okay. Primary copy of the two-phase locking, lock manager distribute to a number of sites. Okay, so lock manager distribute to every site. This one, so you can see the difference. So this one is the number of sites. Okay, primary copy. Okay, if not, distributed means distribute to every side. Two lah, questions. Okay. Okay, this just I mentioned already, the extension of the distributed two-phase locking, they call majority locking. And then like this. Okay, this is not important now. Okay, I'm not covering the final. But you just know they have two-phase locking. Yeah. So they see the first one is the primary copy two-phase locking means number of sides. Okay, but second one is every side. Okay, just a different way or different methods. Okay, or else this is enhanced, this is an extension of the distributed two-phase locking. Okay, this one you have two methods already. One is a number of sides, one to all the sides. Okay, and this one is extension of the distributed two-phase locking. Okay, see here. To read or write data item location at n site, send a log request to more than half of n sites where the item is stored. Okay, formula, something like that. So enhanced version. Okay. Transaction cannot proceed until majority of log is obtained. Okay, that's it for this chapter. So focus on this one. Okay. Okay, so your final exam, the scope almost similar like your midterms. Okay, your midterms. Everything come out in the midterms also cover in the final. Behind chapter 1, what I mentioned, they go study, especially the period chapter 5 star one. Okay, so that's it for today.